It's the Rixigan Show. I am Rick Beer, your host.
It had been a minute. Sorry,
It's been a
guys.
minute. I was down in Mardon this morning. They're like, "Hey, we got pocket." Well, whoa, on my way. So
Rick and I have been really busy with work, and so
yeah.
I'm sorry, folks haven't had a lot of time, but working on it.
Yeah. We got a Veterans Day special for you. There's three of us in here today.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
If you're watching on my personal Facebook account, you only get to see my face. If you jump onto the Rixican
Show
show,
on YouTube or Rumble.
yeah, you get to see
You got
everybody.
to tell them that because they can't hear me say it.
On YouTube, Rumble,
YouTube/Rixigan Show.
YouTube/Rixican Show. Does it sound like an echo in here?
Echo.
Echo. But we'll introduce Eric Close with Close Contact here in a minute. He's starting a new program that should be fun for our community.
Yeah, so you're working on something in Mardon with Beery Construction. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's like a loft in a barn. So it's
So
like
you're building a loft?
half barn dominium.
Barn dominium, okay.
Barn dominium divided by two.
It's kind of like a mother-in-law.
Yes. No, it was just just a little something for.
Is the kitchen, bathroom, all that?
There is a bathroom already there.
Okay.
It's just a loft they can do for storage or for whatever,
Nice.
It's like adding a loft.
And also, if you come into Rick's today, there's a really awesome special chicken quesadilla for $9.99.
Oh, those are good.
They're really good. And if you're a drinker like me, on the rocks watermelon margaritas, just $4 today.
Ooh.
So come on, get wasted at lunch and lose your job. Don't say we told you to.
I'm motivated.
Make it your last day.
Everything stated on this show is supported by Rick's.
So, please do not drink and drive. Do not go to work drunk.
Beg of you, don't do it.
But consume much alcohol while you're at Rick's, legally, within the legal limits.
Eat some food, yeah.
Spend as much money as possible. If you don't even have to drink, you can just leave a big tip.
I always wanted to, speaking of tips and tangent, right?
Pervert.
On social media, there's always, yes, the tip. There's always like these people that are like, throw these crazy like things about tipping. And people argue both sides, how the industry or everything's crazy. And there's no mandatory like thing that says you have to tip.
Let me tell you from being a server what the rule is.
What's the rule?
A standard tip is 20%, just standard right across right out the gate.
Okay.
If they suck, if they're like the worst service you ever had, it's a 10% tip. Zero tip doesn't do anything, but 10% tells them, hey, you know what, you really sucked.
No.
Zero tip, they're like, I expected that from that guy anyway.
Yeah. And so back to Rick. So
let's make the show all about you, Rick. Oh wait, it is.
It is. So from my point of view, the servers that get the most tips don't work for the tip. They just do a great job.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter who you are. They're out there, they kick butt, they take names, they treat everybody great. If someone shafts them on a tip, I don't hear them grumbling about it in the back.
No.
They're like, maybe that person's on a fixed income and they get back to work. So I'm like, I'm just grateful you chose to come in.
We're talking in like year 2002, 2003. I was waiting at Denny or Sherry's. Yeah. So not a really high-end restaurant, but I did about $300 a day in tips back in 2002, 2003.
Well, welcome to Rick's. We are high-end.
That's a lot of money back then.
So
$300 in tips.
Especially for back then.
Yeah, you get the vibe. If you're kind of like,
just want to do a good job.
Your life is struggling. I get it. And you're like, I need tips. I got bills to pay. I got this. People feel that energy.
Oh, yeah.
And, they'll be like, whoa,
Yeah.
So,
I know we don't want to get on too long of a tangent, but
all right.
Really, I do want to add something. In Denver, I worked at a high-end restaurant as a waiter. Part of my job was singing as well, too, at tables. I was hired. That was the main reason I was hired. I had to have a female singer, and I was a male singer. And then I also was a waiter, but I would get called over to sing for engagements and whatever. But
Happy birthday songs.
yeah, in Italian.
They hired me for my voice.
In Italian, I had to audition actually, but I had to sing "Happy Birthday" in Italian. But anyway, this one guy one time he said he had to leave a tip because you make minimum wage, so that should cover it. And I looked at him and go, I don't really care if you tip or not. It does help though because you may not know this, but I make $2.13 an hour because you're in Colorado. That's what they allow them to pay servers. And that covers the 10% of the tip that you did not leave me. And he said, I had no idea. Like that's our state we live in.
Yeah.
So we made $2.13 an hour, where everyone else in the state back then made $7 an hour. But as a server, we made $2.13 an hour just to cover the taxes on tips. So when we didn't get a tip, it was costing us money.
Yeah, I feel like not everybody knows that typical servers don't make minimum wage. I think like a lot of people expect that, but the other reality is they make lower than minimum wage. So
It's in some places, not Washington.
yeah, no.
If you're making less than minimum wage in Washington, contact me. We will fight for you today. If you've been discriminating against in wages, like
Don't act now. We'll throw in a free set of Jinsu knives. Anyway, Rick has a guest to introduce.
yeah. We have Eric Close with Close Contact today with us. Welcome, Eric, to the show.
Thank you.
And I guess, do you want to tell us about your program or do you want me to tell about it?
Yeah, you can go ahead and kick it off, and then I'll do a response.
Or do a response. So when was the first time you were touched by a ghost? So Eric is doing what? Close contact, and you guys are doing like some extra like supernatural events in town. Paranormal.
Right.
Ghost hunting. Are you guys doing aliens?
There's been talk of that for sure. I think we'll just start off with like first apparitions and spirits that are on the ground. Maybe eventually, yeah.
I got to throw my 2 cents in. I'm a pastor, and I believe in spiritual world, but I believe it's just angels and demons.
Right.
So I don't shove my beliefs on anybody, but
So pre-birth, are you an angel or a demon?
see, that's a whole nother thing. I could go for hours about pre-birth.
A demon, but then I was born and I got a restart.
I could go on for hours about what I learned from that church.
Yeah.
And I studied religion. I did a lot of it. That's why I ended up where I did. And I'm a pastor at a Nazarene church. And but the thing that's different about me is that I'm not out there pointing out flaws and judging people. That's God's job, not mine.
I like to judge people.
Well, you're good at it. You even have a gavel. You got a big old robe to go along with it. Like, dude, who are you to judge me? And he's got his robe on.
It's just human nature. People stereotype, they judge. They're just trying to fill in the gaps to make less life less.
What would you say to somebody like myself saying that I believe it's ghosts or demons, same with extraterrestrials, and that what we're dealing with, demons and angels only, period.
Yeah, I agree. I think you can't be biased. Like just generally speaking, and for people in general, you can't be biased. You only believe in one thing. If you believe in one, you should probably believe in the other. Like I said, with angels and demons. Do I believe that there's probably some sort of presence here on with? Yes, there's good and evil. Just like people can believe in miracles, which miracles do exist. Right? I've seen that.
I'm still alive.
So yes, if you can believe in a miracle, then you can believe in something else.
So you can look up in the sky and you can see this whole galaxy, universe, all these things. And would you consider? I'm getting into the angels and demons thing. Imagine living on another world called Earth 2. And they go, there's only angels and demons. And see that planet over there, Earth? Those extraterrestrials there are all demons. And they're like, you just called me a demon. They just happen to live on another planet. You know, I mean, like, it's the galaxy.
You sound like a Democrat.
On Earth, those are extraterrestrials to us, and those are all demons. So
I apologize if you're a Democrat. I didn't mean it. I meant it.
But so what I've come to learn is as human beings, and you guys can jump in here in a little bit. is we're pretty good at two-dimensional things thinking. 1 plus 1 is 2. Like we dominate that. We start getting into third-dimensional things, and we kind of trip and fumble a little bit. When we start considering five-dimensional things, the human mind, according to Rick, can't comprehend it. It's like, I think is it a tesseract that you have like a fifth dimensional object, and we can only see it from the 3D perspective. But you start getting into complex things, spiritual things that are unseen. We cannot comprehend it. And it's super easy for us to not understand, get confused, or believe something that is not even true. But it's okay because we're human. We just can't comprehend certain truths in the fifth dimensional
Well,
area
I don't
and up.
put me in that category. I believe there's 14 dimensions.
I believe there's 15.
Oh, of course you would. He's got a one up me. I believe there's 14 dimensions, and
I believe there's 15.
and there could be a multiverse. I don't care. The Earth could be flat. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Like I still live and breathe on this Earth, whatever shape it is. And I like to argue about the stuff that matters.
Yeah.
And that's the homeless. Putting food on people's table. Rick and we go out of our way to help people, even when we're at our worst. And that I think be a good human. Period. But
Yeah,
don't.
the Thanksgiving deal you do is great. I help serve on that. It's a great contribution to the public.
Yeah.
So how did you get started in the paranormal world?
Yeah, so a little bit about me. So my name is Eric Close. I'm a veteran with these two as well.
Notice this poster did
Shout out
right.
shout out to Memorial Day weekend, right? Which I think Moses Lake did a great job at the Spring Fest. It really
I didn't go this year. I was proud.
yeah. But so I used to build haunted houses in Germany. I was stationed in Germany, and something different. So Germans, Halloween is kind of unknown. It's not really familiar to them. So when they do see stuff like haunted houses, they actually they're real curious, and they actually became real interested and really enjoyed it. I think that deal. So anyways,
Das ist nicht gut.
yeah. So so haunted houses, and I've always been a Halloween buff. I've always liked to kind of scare people. I mean, I was working at the Palmer's Maze last October. The haunted houses here at the fairgrounds when I was younger. So I've always kind of been into that. And then so now I do security at the hospital. I was doing it at the new hospital before they opened, and now that they're open, I do it at the old hospital. I just prevent vandalisms and break-ins and stuff like that when I'm in there. And I work night shifts, so I always get these people that ask me, if I see anything going on in that hospital or whatnot, and it's like, and if so right now it kind of looks like a madhouse in there. I mean, it's not like the hospital most of y'all are used to walking into. I mean, there's equipment everywhere. It looks like something probably out of like a zombie apocalypse movie at this point. And so you can imagine me doing my patrols there by myself at night in that building with a flashlight. I mean, and half the lights are working at this point. So people, yeah, they asked me if I ever seen anything in there. Obviously, people have passed away in a hospital, and so I have seen a few things. And it kind of dawned on me. I was like, I could probably start doing something with this. Just going through those, looking at those rooms at night with a flashlight. I was like, this is kind of what I'm used to doing. So maybe we could make something of it. So I got
to say that poster next to you looks really good.
Yeah, so I got the idea to come out with this ghost tours, which is something different. Some of the bigger cities do it, but it'll be something different from Moses Lake. I think it'll really be a big hit, something different than just going out Prince Rick on the morning place.
And that concludes our show.
So we'll see how this goes. Pretty much what's going on is so on the on June 4th at 3:00 here at Rick's in his event room. The round room. We're doing an paranormal investigator interview. So I'm looking for a minimum. There's obviously a QR code here on the sign will be posted up at Rick's, and there's a website. There's about 10 different positions I'm looking for. I need like a minimum of 5 people to fill them to come up with a team to start doing ghost hunter patrols, at different facilities that are vacant here in the local area and surrounding cities and maybe some graveyards and stuff like that.
So you'll be spending a lot of time in Lind.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So people have been coming on, and they've been suggesting different locations to go check out. And yeah, we'll have our different equipment that we'll be using. If you ever seen any of the shows on Discovery Channel, Travel Channel, and Ghost Hunters, anything like that, be very similar to that. And then eventually the plan is, me being buddies with Rick here, he, obviously knows the business aspect of all this. And so maybe next year, if this really kicks off, we could turn it into like open it to the public and start doing actual ghost tours and have the public come out and it'll be a walkthrough. And it's going to be a little bit of combination of a few things. So I know you were asking me earlier. Well, let me back up. So there was actually a guy that chimed in when this came out. He chimed in on one of the posts and he asked me, he probably messaged me. He said, so is this going to be like we going to people's private residences and cleansing their houses of demons? I said, yeah. If you're looking for like modern day exorcist stuff, yeah, that's not what this is. Yeah, we're even like cleansing people of their like whatever entities are inside their house. This is going to be more for entertainment. It's going to be a YouTube channel, something everybody can enjoy. It's going to have a little bit of theatrics in there to kind of kick it up a notch, and then around Halloween, we'll see if we can do something to kind of accommodate that. Maybe add some scares, actual, um, just like some theatrics in there.
Maybe turn the rabbit hole into a haunted house.
Well, Rick's does have a ghost here. So
Right.
when I got the place, Loretta, the previous owner's daughter, she was like, "There's a ghost here, and
Mm.
they think it's so and such." People before my time, cruising around and opening and closing doors and things, and I was like, "Oh, interesting." And so when this came up, I was like, "Hey, we got one."
Yeah.
You walk down this little hallway here at Rick's, and there's one cruising around, and
Mhm.
I give him a high five. Welcome home, buddy.
Yeah, so like this program won't be necessarily to try and get rid of ghosts, just to clarify that for the public, the viewers here. It's just kind of to maybe interact with something and experience something different than what most people are used to. Like when I'm there at the bottom, I feel I say some of the experiences might be a little bit more uncomfortable for the typical human being to experience. You might second guess reality, something that might appear to be a fantasy. Because, and I'm not saying that you will always experience something paranormal on these tours, but you will have a good time. And I'm at the end of the day, at the end of all this, I really want to incorporate like an escape room concept at the end of it. I just give you like kind of a real deal, because the bigger cities, they do escape rooms, they do rage rooms, and we don't really have much of that here.
We have 2 open rooms here for that. Just FYI.
Yeah, we do actually. And I think we do like
No, that's why we built these rooms.
oh yeah, very nice.
Our escape room.
Yeah, we can start getting that. And
I think there is a company in town that's doing some virtual reality escape.
They are, yeah, but that's why we built all 3 of these rooms, but we couldn't get anyone that actually would do the work and design it.
Right.
So
Yeah, I think the VR is cool, but I think this will be more realistic. Not putting the headset. So I want like we won't put these glasses on now, so I guess I can show this.
yeah, showed
This
up.
fun little advertisement. Here's the AI guy came out with bright, kind of looks like me.
There we go.
You can see that. You can see the wasn't there, the investigator. Again, June 4th at 3 o'clock here at Riggs at the back. And
All right.
came out with that guy. Obviously, he's got a full beard. I'm gonna have to grow my beard out, but I do have the same glasses. This will be. Let me put these on for you real quick.
So when you put them on, and
Yeah. So what it is when you come do the tours, you get a set of these, and this is kind of where we're going with this, and it'll be something you can take home with you. It'll be included. If we do start charging, it'll be just a very small amount. Yeah, you get this pair of glasses in the dark. These really do well, and then obviously you'll get the ultraviolet flashlight to go with it to kind of just say reenact my guy here. Yeah, he's a little bit buffer than me. I'm gonna have to start in the gym.
Yes, please.
That was my first thought when I met you. So
We'll get there for sure.
I've seen a full-on apparition once, and it was in the backseat of my car. It was bigger than life.
Yeah.
And Like I said, I believe it was a demon and I prayed it away, but it did try to kill me. And I'm not going to go into that story now because the show's not about me today, it's about you. But
Right.
there are other realms out there, and it can be scary if you don't know what you're dealing with.
So this is kind of like 50% entertainment, 50%. Hopefully, we find something unexplainable.
Right. And I said this will be a YouTube channel. It's something for fun. It's not necessarily something to come out and try and contact maybe a lost loved one or something like that.
No Ouija boards, none of that.
Yeah, we won't be doing any. We won't start off with like a seance.
Seance.
Nothing against the seance or anything like satanic rituals or anything like that. Nothing against that, but it's not going to be a very religious based organization. It'll just be something interesting.
Yeah. Well, that sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, and then I also have one of the positions that I was looking for. Obviously, was a medium though. So like when we do go into a room where we may feel that there is a presence. Sometimes you just walk into some, especially over there in that hospital, where the temperature just drops significantly. And there's 2 rooms right now. You can walk in there and it just gets real cold. And I would like to kind of take an RF reader in there and try and see if there's any frequencies. And then if we do have a finding, that's where this medium woman would come into play. And she would then try and do her little deal to maybe see if we could contact.
Well, I used to be a 2X, but I'm a medium now, but I'm not going to volunteer.
Yeah. And so the RF readers, you guys can look this stuff up. And there's also a white noise reader. A white noise is just obviously it's just like it's the organs and the TVs where you just got like the effect, the poltergeist, and then you can hear sometimes some voices. But it is a real thing. And now the modern day technology, they've even got apps that they'll even make out words and spell out what it means. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, some of the stuff, like I said,
A ghost translator?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's gonna be another option now at the bottom. You've got like all the languages, and then at the bottom it'll say ghost option.
Ghost option. Are you tired of being ghosted by your boyfriend or girlfriend?
Yes.
Yeah, that's another
Close contact will help you find them.
Yeah, Elon Musk has got new robotic partners that are coming out. So maybe, yeah, we could eventually just come out with ghost partners.
Just a ghost robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're everywhere. I see all the dimensions.
Yeah.
Too much.
And then the cool thing, see, we're sitting here joking about it. So as you can clearly see, I'm not a kind of guy where I'm going to get offended by the joke. I mean, there's a humor aspect to it, but there is a history. And now that I said that word, it kind of brings me to the moon. So there will be a historical aspect to these as well, which is nice. So some duration through the tour, we'll bring up some history of the building, some of the past, maybe some situations that actually occurred there. And so it'll be educational in some form.
Yeah, because I think the public library in Moses Lake was built over a hospital.
Right.
So I mean, and I'm sure just by putting this out there, you probably need references for buildings, facilities that have, potential.
Right.
That'd be, interesting because, you want to I don't know if you mix up your routine every so often or have different options. Thursday nights we meet at Rick's. Friday, Saturday, we got one for you.
Right.
The haunted farmer. He's still plowing the fields today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be a big hit. Like I said, so I kind of retracted actually when I kicked this off, and I thought it was going to attract too many teenagers, which really wasn't like the what I was trying to go for when I came up with this idea. But then the more I started bringing the idea up to people. In fact, the other day I just sat down and at a different bar, and some random guy comes to me. He's like, "Hey, you're that ghost hunter guy." And I was like, "Damn, I haven't even kicked this thing off yet. This guy already recognized me as the ghost hunter." So yeah, so it seems to be a big hit. So talking to more adults, it seems like people are really going to be on board with this.
Yeah, I mean, to have something unexplained and have some fun for a night. It'd be a fun date night. It'd be a fun experience. Like you say, it's not like you're 50% entertainment, 50%. Hopefully we find something unusual. go through some dark rooms and
Right, and that's
you know.
and so obviously something like this isn't too hard to put together as well. And it's not like I mean, obviously I'll have merchandise, we'll have shirts. I got the hat I'm wearing.
I survived.
Yeah. So you'll be able to, and then we're gonna have a bigger banner at the end. You can take pictures and stuff like that. So it'll just kind of be like a nice experience, like to come out and do something. Yeah.
Close contact coaching.
But yeah, and then if eventually we get to the business aspect, like I said, it wouldn't be charging very much. It would just be, maybe $10 a ticket just to come in and do the walkthrough. But I was getting at there, sorry, was that it doesn't take a lot to put into this to make this work as far as like the ambiance or the environment. So just going into a room, and there might be portions where you can go into a room by yourself or just with one other person and check it out. I mean, just being nighttime and knowing that there might be something present, that's enough to just kind of scare you a little bit. I mean, even if you're a non-believer, I think there's some things that might make you second guess what's really going on.
Yeah. So when you're walking through the hospital doing security at night, like you said, you walk into some rooms that are just unexplainably cold, or there's like the hair on the back of your neck starts standing up. You're like, what is around the corner? But I got to do my job.
Right.
Keep walking forward in the dark,
Yeah, we had one guy. We had to switch shifts. He wouldn't even do it. He didn't like going upstairs and walking up by himself because it is kind of like I said, it's a different setting. It's one thing to share with your friends and all that, but if you're doing that by yourself or with someone else that's really freaking out, it's a whole different experience. For sure. Even as me, I'm a former drill sergeant in the army. And there's some stuff that I'm still getting scared of too. So, but I think that's good though. I think getting scared can be good for like your like mental stability. I think getting your heart rate up, getting that increase, it can kind of bring out your body's like defense mechanisms and things that can be good for your health and you kind of experience. I think people that don't like getting those scares or times, it's like there's nothing wrong with it, and it's fun. At the end of the day, it's completely harmless, which is also
Well, being a pastor, just throwing this out there too. I've gone to haunted houses,
mhm.
and it was fun. I don't believe in ghosts, but I went and I laughed at the little things that they did, the theatrics and stuff, and I
Yeah,
laughed. Some people judge me like, you're a pastor and you supported that. Like, it's entertainment.
yeah.
Calm down.
Hmm.
Interesting. I'm processing that. It's good to be scared. It's good for your health.
I wasn't scared. I anticipated
In
it.
fact, being scared helps you lose weight. Come to close contact.
Throw in that free knife set too,
Yeah.
if you would.
And that as your system heart rate increases and you shrink, you'll have a better contact. Supernatural.
And you should expect to pay $99.99 a month for this, but no, just act today. $10, that's it.
Free 99 for today, but it doesn't start.
Yeah. So I don't want people to be disappointed. So if this does turn out and this becomes a big hit, I don't want people to be disappointed coming out and say that we don't find anything. I'd like to kind of just keep an open mind to that. You're gonna go through this experience, and it's just like I said. You can put these glasses on, get your flashlight out. We'll probably won't be using white light. We'll be using those UV lights, which actually will help that you can see a little more than you would see with the naked eye black lights. But you just go through the walkthrough, and then do the experience, and if you like it, you're always welcome to come back and join us again, or leave us a review, whatever may be the case. Or if it wasn't for you, then at least you could say maybe you tried something different.
Interesting.
Awesome.
You get ghosted by your boyfriend. You get ghosted by close contact.
So how do people contact you?
So like I said, I have this sign here posted up at Rick's, or they can go on to, I'm on most of the popular pages around town, it's like Talk, I even posted on the buy sell trade pages. I have a TikTok channel and then just my regular Facebook page. But yeah, so here, there's a QR code here. I can post that in the comments, my comment section after that. But again, there's probably 10 different positions you can come out for. How the interviews will work, it'll be just coming into the back room. I'll be me and I should have my vice president there. It says we're gonna do, like I said, at 3 o'clock on Thursday. It'll go till about 6, maybe, so give people time to get off work and hopefully come over if it's what you're trying to do. Interviews will be real fast. There'll probably be a list of 10 questions. They're not gonna be an essay response. I'm just gonna ask you real quick.
What is your name?
Yeah,
All I do is for you to get a pile erection.
yeah.
What's your favorite color?
You know what that is, right?
What?
Pilo erection.
I don't know.
That's when the hair stands up in the back of your neck.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that.
Pilo erection.
That's a different form of content.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right
Is
now.
that one of the questions you're going to ask?
Pilo erection. I'm reading it right now. That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's a Navy joke. It's got to be a Navy joke.
No, it's an actual English term. When the hair on your neck stands up, erect means to stand up. So come on, guys.
And it's good for your health.
Get out of here. Get out of the gutter.
Well, so let me say this though. So on the interviews, obviously I said that we'll ask you the series of questions, and then I'll make a determination. I'll get your contact information if we decide to go have you part of our team, and then we'll go about it that way. But then, um, what I'm asking though is that if you do decide to volunteer for this night, so I realize this, I do a lot of volunteer work here in town, is that if you do decide to fall through, you please show up when we do have your meetings, that you want to participate, as this obviously wouldn't be a paid job at the beginning. I don't know if you're not being paid, they tend to not show up as time progresses. So if this is something you'd really like to do and you really want to follow through, that's the kind of people we're looking for. And you need to be somewhat.
So it's nights. Is it something you're trying to do like a weekend thing, or once during the week, once on the weekend?
Right. So we'll probably do one tour maybe every other week. And then maybe next year, if we kick it off as a small business, it would be maybe 2 tours every weekend. And maybe we'd have 10 or 15 customers that would come in. And then my team, at least 5 people, we walk through, with them. Something like that.
Yeah. Interesting.
And then obviously we need to make it to where every tour is not the same. So by switching locations, that's the easy way to do it. But also to where you wouldn't be the same experience every time. That way, every time, it wouldn't be a repeat, because you don't need like a teenage kid on there being like, oh yeah, I know what happens around this corner or that corner.
Well, you do one for 3 months, 6 months, and then you switch sets, and then you advertise, hey, we got a new set. But yeah.
I just think the word pilo erection is cool.
I'm so immature. I can't take this.
Because you'll get one every time.
No.
The hair standing up on the back of your neck.
We should have a booth. I thought about this at Springfest, and it just phased me, obviously, with this being a new program.
So you're going to have one at the fair?
Yeah, so we're gonna get a booth out there and at the fair, and probably start passing out some flyers and try and get our name out there that way. That'd be a real good, obviously, good way to boost the business. And social media is great, but not everybody uses social media still. So just somebody walking up to you and giving you a paper flyer. They were doing it out there with the celebrity guests that you have.
It sounds like a fun activity, I mean, so what we got escape rooms, or like you got your close contact thing, it's just another activity.
Yeah, an escape room would kind of be so in Las Vegas right now, they have an escape room that's based off of a song. You're obviously not the one going through the game, but you have to go through and you've got to help other people get out of traps, and you've got you got the saw doll on the TV just messing with you the whole time. And it's I haven't been able to go to it yet, but I've seen the videos, I've talked to them, I've been through it. So what this would be, I thought about it in a little bit at the end of the tour. This is an idea. Maybe you would go into a room, and then like a hazmat room with walls that are lined with plastic, and then all of a sudden the doors would shut. You would be locked in as part of the deal. If you want to leave, obviously you could just leave. But then we maybe bring some fog machine in, start gassing the room, have somebody on the TV just kind of messing with you. And then there's something, in order to get out of the room, you would have to do something while you've got the lights and strobe lights and the sirens going off, and it just kind of messes with you. And then you have to unlock something to escape out of the room at the end. Kind of just to kind of give you a little bit of an ending closure there that just kicks it up a notch.
And if you don't make it out of the escape room, they will do the next meeting. Will be looking for you. He's in here.
But yeah, it's something fun, like I said, that you can do at night with your friends. There's not too much to do here besides bowling at night and then so this will be something
Cool. I'll do it.
And like I said, Rick, we talked in the past, and you do the most variety. You offer the most variety of events here in town. I mean, aside from the cornhole and the bands, and when we did the ATM deal out back, that was it really
Smash it.
yeah. Took the sledgehammer to that ATM. That really got people's
That's
attention.
where we came up with the name, the rabbit hole, because who knows where you're going to find down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. So and no other bars offer such a variety like you do. So I'm really thankful that you're helping me
And
out.
that's really cool studio he has too, right?
Yeah.
Were you surprised when you saw it?
Yeah. That was pretty awesome when I first seen the show come out, and that's why I thought, man, I should probably get on there and see what we can do.
Yeah. We're happy to help anyone in our town to get the word out and move forward. So
Yeah.
if you got something to say or share, you don't have to. We don't have to even agree.
We don't always agree, but we're nice. We're nice about it.
We're nice. I'm not. Some people think I'm like this evil, terrible person.
You are.
I met somebody.
He makes jokes about me dying all the
I
time.
met somebody,
Because I have cancer.
and I was introduced as so I was like, "Oh, this is Rick, the owner of Rick's," and she's like, "I heard you're a big jerk," and I was like, "Oh, wow, that's interesting." But
Who said that? No.
who said that? Show your face.
Put him on my show next week.
We ended up talking for a little bit, because a group of people, and then she came in and we're like, "Oh, I guess he's not as big of a turd as some people think he is." I'm like, "I'm just a little turd."
They don't know you as well as I do. He's been planning my death since I got diagnosed with cancer.
Oh yes. Well, do you know how much money he's worth if he does?
Right?
Nothing for me.
Free producer.
I'm terrible when it comes to death. If someone dies, don't come to me for consolement. I'm really cool with like death, and so I know a lot of people it's a very painful experience. And don't get me wrong, I do shed some tears when people die, but it's like, it's also a beautiful thing to me. It's when
I know you'd miss me if I died.
I would miss you.
I would hope to have a mural on your name. If I do die, you'll put a mural on
There'll be a
right?
communist mural of Donnie on the wall.
So I do have this woman I was saying about her. Her name is Jennifer, and she is a medium, and so tarot cards is considered modern day fortune telling, and that's kind of what her deal is. So she'll be offering this kind of service on the side. She'll have these cards, and you go to her and you pay a small fee. It's kind of like a donation, but you can ask her questions, and she's been pretty legit and accurate with some of the stuff that I don't even know how she does it, but she's gonna be part of this. And she's predicted some things, and then do her card reading and kind of like you do your palm reading.
Palm reading.
Yeah.
Signature reading.
A signature reading.
I do, graphology.
Yeah. So that's
handwriting.
It's
weird. I don't know how it works. It just does.
So there'll be that. She'll actually be here on the fourth.
I'm offended. Thanks for coming out, folks. The show's over. I finally something offended. Palm reading. I'll be offering palm reading services at Post Office.
I'll be selling palm leaves.
No, it's handwriting. It's like your subconscious brain leaves little ticks in your room.
Hey, I keep trying to hint at you that I'm in pain.
Yeah, all right. Donnie's suffering. He like re-broke his leg. I laugh, but I can't help it. I would have been a great drill sergeant. I love when people suffer. We'd be all pushing. Everyone's like dying. I'd be like, I get a thrill out of it.
That's what gets repetitive, man. I used to use my voice like in the first week because all you're doing is just yelling, like nonstop. I mean, everything is just yell. From the minute they get off that bus, it's just, and especially the defect, the chow hall procedures, because it's not walking into McDonald's. It's like, they think it is, but you don't understand. You got to go in there and do
5 minutes and you're done.
Yeah, and you got to do an about face and a pivot to the right side of the counter and hold your tray upright and the logo facing up. And,
just yell at people.
Yeah. Yeah. The funny thing about that they can eat that. There's nothing saying that they can't. So nowadays you really gotta watch because like even the ice cream when I went through as a trainee, you know, the drill sergeant, like, do you really need that ice cream? You're like, oh, nothing saying I can't eat it, and then you'd probably be like, yeah, you're right, you know, I can't tell you no.
No. But they still yell at you and you're like nervous.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, you don't know any better, you know, all you know to do is what they say.
So what final words do you have about your event and what you're going to be doing?
And Donnie's so done.
Yeah, so again, my name is Eric Close. This business is going to be called Close Contact. The name came from obviously the first word is my last name, which fits with the second word, contact, with the other side, afterlife, and it's something, you know, short and sweet. It's kind of that's catchy. So, but yeah, it's going to be coming here to Moses Lake. Hopefully, we can kick this off. And like I said, these interviews will be held here at the Rabbit Hole, and June 4th at 3 o'clock, and yeah, we'll go till about 6. Give you some, you know, park until 5. Give you some time to get over here. Yeah, so please come out and participate, and we'd love to have you be part of this team. And you know, volunteer work is always good. It's always a feeling. So. And yeah, and hopefully, you know, as time progresses, I'm just here again doing this for the public. There could be a small business here. And for those of you that do come out to be a part of this, I just want to say, you laughed and you got me off.
I'm sorry, Donnie's here suffering.
Oh, sorry.
We need to wrap it up.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that. You know, I just wanted you to be somewhat of a believer in this kind of stuff, because this will be like an all year round scares instead of just the typical scare season of October. So that's good. So yeah, so thanks.
Yeah.
Good.
We will end Donnie's suffering now. Thanks for joining us. This is Rick signing out. Eric, Donnie, thank you. Bye.
Cool.